Tyrese Haliburton doesn't hold back about Caitlin Clark bearing the same burden as him. Game 7 of the 2025 NBA Finals is something fans will even remember a decade later. Not because of the result or how the game was played, but more so, how a defiant Tyrese Haliburton was denied from taking his throne by fate. It was like a mythological event, as an already injured Haliburton was a man on a mission against the Thunder. He rained 3 three-pointers to make the raucous OKC crowd a little nervous, but his Achilles just gave up, and so did the Pacers. The Pacers star will have a lengthy layoff, but he is a partner in the weight room, as fellow Indiana Fever point guard Caitlin Clark is also nursing through multiple soft tissue injuries. She missed her 14th consecutive game and has no timetable for return, just like Haliburton. The Pacers star revealed that the two have bonded beyond their existing relationship because of the shared injury troubles. He said, "It's been important. Just have somebody to lean on, talk to. I think that we've grown the relationship that we can talk about more than just basketball. Obviously, we connect a lot through basketball. We get guarded the same. Sometimes our offensive issues or our defensive issues are similar, that everything is really similar between us." The Pacers and Fever aren't just neighbors, they're a basketball family. Sharing ownership, playing under the same roof, and constantly crossing paths, their connection is woven deep into Indiana's basketball identity. Even Fever coach Stephanie White is inspired by how the Pacers play, and she is incorporating some of that into her system. She said earlier, "They were this fast, exciting offensive team a year ago, to being a solid defensive team that has won regular season games and playoff games for them when the offense wasn't really flowing." However, she hasn't been able to completely enforce that this season, with Clark participating in only 13 games and rampant injuries plaguing the roster at all times. However, the nature of Clark's injury is not as serious as Haliburton's. She has a right groin injury coupled with a mild bone bruise, but is considered day-to-day. That status has been maintained for a while now, and Haliburton hopes she returns to help Indiana soon. He further said, "So you know, it sucks that she's been hurt for as long as she has. But just for us to be able to communicate even in her recovery, we lift at the same time. So it's like just us two in the weight room. So we spend a lot of time together. I guess it's a good thing, but I wish that she was playing rather. But I think it's just good to have each other to lean on at the time, like right down." Haliburton and Clark were already pretty close. With their path mirroring each other, the situation has helped their relationship further along. Clark has particularly explained how these injuries have taken a mental toll on her, as it's her first time experiencing something like this. "This is the first time I haven't felt like a young body that can run around and sprint every day and just continue to do that. Being a professional athlete, you really have to take care of both your body and your mind. It's been a journey learning about that," she said. Having Haliburton to help her along that mental journey is a cushion for her too. While Clark recovers, Kelsey Mitchell has stepped up to carry the load in her absence, and the Fever guard is still making her presence felt from the bench. Kelsey Mitchell had a humble response to Caitlin Clark's MVP endorsement. Kelsey Mitchell has absolutely carried Indiana all season. In Clark's absence, she has taken up the leadership role and has led the team in scoring. Mitchell currently has a career-high average of 20.6 points per game while providing 3.4 assists per game. That is despite adjusting to playing without a point guard and with multiple different facilitators before. Mitchell could lose another point guard, but her MVP campaign is in full flow. After her 38-point game against the Sun, Clark wrote, "MVP Kels. While we have the likes of Aya Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Alyssa Thomas in a 3-horse race, Mitchell has put herself in there like a wild card." However, her team is completely backing her as Clark and company pulled up with another show of support at their Lynx game. Caitlin Clark was sitting on the sidelines with a black crew neck, which is fairly simple for a fashionable Clark. However, it was for a cause, as it said in big red lettering, "MVP Mitchell." The entire squad, including the coach, followed suit, and Mitchell had a humble response to this show of support. She was asked, "We see Caitlin Clark on the sidelines, rocking the Kelsey Mitchell MVP shirt. How would you define, in your words, the season you're having?" "I can't really explain it.